Hey, greetings everybody. Welcome back to the old guy. Mrs. Old Guy behind the camera. Mrs. Old Guy, hello.
Hello.
So tonight I'm going to make some beef tortilla soup. Yum. And I'm just going to get right at it. I've got about 3/4 of a pound or a pound of diced up beef. This happens to be steak, but you know, if you got yourself some stew meat, whatever, that'll work. I'm putting into my pan here. I've got 2 or 3 tablespoons of oil. Come on back over here, Mrs. Old Guy. We got 2 or 3 tablespoons of oil in there, and we're going to add a little bit of salt. I'll turn that back up here. Salt and pepper. That's about a teaspoon of pepper and about a teaspoon of salt. Just kind of rough estimates here, guys. Alright, this is really good. I'm making a little slightly larger batch than I would normally for Mrs. Old Guy and I to have like a meal or two. But this keeps really well, and it also frees really good too. So, and it's really not that difficult to make this much. So I'm going to brown this off, and when it gets brown, then we're going to start going through the veg and the rest of the soup. So we're going to be back in just a minute. Alright, so it's been, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes, and the meat's just browned off. Now we're going to add about 3 quarts of water. Turn this up to high here. Okay, so now I've got some different fresh veg. I'm going to throw a little frozen veg into, but we'll start with this. Come on over here, Mrs. Old Guy. We got celery, jalapeno, got some cilantro, got some green bell pepper, and onion. And we're just going to dump that all in. Yep. And as always, I'm going to ask you to check out Val over at Trippy Foods. Always a good time with Val, especially on Saturdays and his live stream. So that's going to be, I think, 1 p.m. Pacific time. He's out in California. So anyway, you can check out Val. Link down in the description below. Come on back over here, Mrs. Old Guy. We can see that the soup's starting to build a little bit. There'll be other stuff added, but I'll get to that here in a bit. I'm going to let that kind of simmer for a little while, or boil, I mean, for a little bit. I want it to actually come to a full boil. And so we'll be back here in just a few minutes. Okay, as you can see, we are boiling very nicely here. It's been about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, roughly. And so now we're going to add some more. We got, I mixed together 3 tablespoons of chili powder, a tablespoon of paprika, and 2 teaspoons of garlic, granulated garlic, and I'm going to add about half of that to start with, maybe a little more than half. I don't want to overpower it. This is all kind of subjective at this point, depending on how much water there is and all the other stuff. So you want to add more if you want, right? So then we're going to add some lime juice. I got some fresh limes here, and I'm going to squeeze in the juice from 2 of them. This is a great soup for the fall. Mrs. Old Guy and I make this reasonably often. Sometimes it's chicken tortillas, sometimes beef. But it's something that we like to make, and sometimes we will take this here in Colorado. This time of year, the aspens are changing color, and we'll take a thermos jug of this and some tortilla strips and have ourselves a bowl of this while we're out up in the high country looking at some aspens. It's always a treat. Alright, so we got those added. Now the last thing I'm going to add here is some of the better than bouillon beef base you can use regular bouillon cubes if that's what you have. I just prefer this, and this is not an exact amount. I'm going to put in, looks like about 2 tablespoons here, maybe a little bit more. Come on in here, Mrs. Old Guy. Let's take a look at that. Changes, its colors are starting to change. Oh, wow, that really smells good. All right, so now I'm going to go grab this bag of frozen veg. And this is just a plain bag of frozen mixed vegetables, carrots, beans, peas, and corn. I highly recommend you use frozen and not canned. Canned has got tons of extra sodium in it, and the frozen ones are just taste fresher. So I'm going to dump that bag in there, and we'll give this a mix. You can use whatever veggie you like, of course. That looks phenomenal, and it smells even better. So I'm going to let this simmer for about 20 minutes more, and then I'll give it a taste, see if it needs a little more seasoning of one sort or another. And so we'll be back here in just a little bit. Okay, so we're all done here. I did end up adding 2 more tablespoons of the beef base, and I went ahead and added the rest of the chili powder and paprika garlic mix. So, and I'm going to put some of this. This is for our adventures watching or looking at leaves tomorrow, but I'm going to put a little bit in the bowl here so you can get a look at it. And I'm going to grab a spoon so I can get a taste of it. Oh yeah, a little bit of everything. Veg, the meat, broth. Hot, hot. Beef tortilla. This is really, really good soup. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Watch some more if you want. And if you don't want, then I guess you won't. So, all right. We'll see you next time. Y'all take care. Bye-bye. Okay, so just a quick little add-on here, folks. I didn't bother to mention what makes this the tortilla soup, right? So, Mrs. Old Guy and I like to just put our tortilla in the oven, melt some cheese on it, bam, and put it right on top of our bowl of soup. We've also done it with just shredding some corn tortillas and frying them up, sprinkle them on the top. I know a lot of recipes call for tortillas in the soup itself. I don't particularly care for it that way. That's why I make it this way. Anyway, hope that explains things a little more, and we'll see you next time. Bye, buddy. Take care.